If you've been trying to understand magnetism at high school or just for your own pleasure, you've probably encountered a lot of formulas, a lot of rules. You've probably seen these thumb finger rules that forces point in all kinds of directions. That personally has always a little bit annoyed me because I don't really like memorizing stuff in physics. The beauty of physics to me is being able to understand things logically, and ideally I try to always to be able to derive formulas and rules from more fundamental facts. Not only do I think that's a better way to understand, but also sometimes when you're writing a test or exam, you can't remember a rule. So if you can't derive it, you're kind of stuck. But if you can, although it takes a lot of time, but you can often figure out what the rule should be. And even if you can't figure out, the process of trying to figure it out will sometimes remind you what the rule is. So it's very useful to be able to understand the rules logically and to be able to derive them, although it is much more complicated. And that has always been an issue for me with magnetism, because there are a lot of rules that just seem to be coming out of nowhere. And that would be fine. I mean, there are some fundamental rules like, charges attract and repel. And I mean, I can live with not asking the question why they repel, although that's an interesting topic in itself. But some things I can accept. But magnetism is not one of them, because it is very well known that some of magnetism rules can be explained with special relativity. A lot of people know this. There's a common example with a charge in a wire, and if you type in into YouTube relativistic magnetism, you will see a lot of videos explaining that magnetism is not a real force. The force disappears under certain conditions, and you can explain it with other things. And there are examples, and most of the examples are the charge and a wire. Moving charges in a wire and a separate charge, and then the charges contract, and then there's a repelling force from just the density of the charges caused by a special relativity contraction. And that's great. When I first saw that, I was mind blown. Thank you, Veritasium. Truly a great video, a great introduction. Thank you. But that's fine if you're just curious about physics and you learn something new and neat, and that's it. But if you're trying to, like I said, you're trying to learn magnetism to pass an exam, and you want to understand all of the magnetism rules intuitively and be able to derive them, this example quickly falls apart. There's a lot of holes, a lot of things are unclear, and I was not able to understand how all of the magnetism rules arise from relativity, even though it was the videos seemingly say, oh, it's simple. It's just a contraction and the force appears. Well, it's not that simple. So this is what this video is about, is I'm going to show you all of the resources that I found on special relativity that I needed to understand so that I could explain basic high school magnetism rules with relativity, which I have done to an extent, even though I have no confirmation that my conclusions are correct. Hopefully, maybe this is gonna put someone on the right path to explaining magnetism with relativity. Please be recording.